The Free Britney movement is more than just a hashtag or obscure fan theory. It is a real movement with true supporters backing it. I've witnessed the Free Britney movement literally grow into an internationally recognized movement right before my eyes. The movement all started because of Britney fans. They made everyone aware of the conservatorship. And to the Britney fans who started the movement and really helped to expand it, what you are doing is not in vain. People are listening, people are paying attention, and it's honestly such a proud feeling to finally see the movement get the recognition it deserves. A lot of people were skeptical at first and thought Britney fans were spreading baseless and wacky conspiracy theories, and it began to implode on social media, receiving acknowledgement and support from many celebrities, publications, and now a new documentary. As big of a star that Britney is, it's important to remember that this movement is even bigger than Britney Spears. She's just the most visible and well-known person that's attached to the conversation of a conservatorship. But the Free Britney movement is certainly making people more aware of what a conservatorship is, conservatorship abuse, and laws. If you don't know what a conservatorship is, by definition, it is a legal agreement in the United States where a guardian or protector is appointed by a judge to manage the financial affairs or daily life of another due to physical or mental limitations, or old age. A person under a conservatorship is called a conservatee. Conservatorships are usually reserved for older people who have dementia, can't physically take care of themselves, or are in extreme medical conditions. Britney Spears has been under a conservatorship for 13 years. Essentially, every aspect of her life is controlled by this conservatorship. Her father, Jamie Spears, is in control of everything she does. Financial decisions, professional decisions, as well as personal decisions through a court-approved conservatorship. After Britney's breakdown in 2007 and 2008, the legal arrangement was put into effect. She stayed under the conservatorship even after she stabilized. She's released 4 albums, toured the world, and performed a 4-year residency in Las Vegas. Clearly, she is a well enough person to work and make her own decisions. In the New York Times, FX, and Hulu documentary Framing Britney Spears, it gives a detailed look into Britney Spears' career and highlights her struggles with the conservatorship. It is a really eye-opening documentary. It retells her story through the eyes of 2021 and highlights her story with more sensitivity and empathy when revisiting what she's gone through. Liz Day, who worked on the documentary, is quoted saying, "How could the same person be able to perform at a very high level in Las Vegas as a superstar doing sold-out shows, making millions of dollars, but at the same time we're being told that she is so vulnerable and at risk, that she needs this very intense layer of protection?" And this is partially what sparked her interest in making a documentary on Britney's story. The beginning of the documentary shows how the media scrutinized and even questioned her body and sexual choices while she was still a teenager and minor. The media was often predatory and misogynistic towards Britney. The documentary effectively builds upon showcasing how intense the media became the more she aged into her career, interviewing friends, fans, lawyers, paparazzi, and Free Britney activists. It also uncovers the truth behind the highly publicized umbrella and shaved head incident. And by truth, I mean it uncovers everything, and it shows a very empathetic side. I think anyone that watched it could understand why she did what she did. It wasn't her fault, but she was painted to be the crazy one. The paparazzi constantly violated her and her privacy. The documentary also revisits her relationship with Kevin Federline and losing visitation rights to her kids. One important interview came from Adam Streisand. He's the attorney that Britney tried to hire to represent her in the initial conservatorship proceedings in 2008. He stated that Britney specifically told him she did not want her father to be in charge of her conservatorship. She had accepted that it was going to take place and she couldn't fight it. She just did not want her father to be in charge. Her father is Jamie Spears, who had not even been a consistent figure in Britney's life at that point, according to the documentary. One record executive recalls him saying, "My daughter's going to be so rich, she's going to buy me a boat." He didn't even acknowledge what she had achieved. Her mother was her true supporter. Streisand, the man Britney tried to hire as her attorney, was denied the opportunity to work for Britney by the judge and was asked to go home because of a sealed medical report that alleged that Britney was not capable of hiring her own attorney. She had to go with an attorney that was approved by the judge. After she was involuntarily committed to a hospital in 2008 and the conservatorship began, It was speculated that she agreed to it because she was scared of not being able to see her kids if she didn't. Britney also boldly expressed her dislike of the conservatorship, and her brother also admitted that she's never wanted to be under it. She said that if she wasn't under the constraints of doctors, lawyers, and her father, she would feel freer. I would feel liberated. I would feel like myself. When I tell them the way that I feel, it's like they hear me, but they're not really listening. They're hearing what they want to hear. They're not really listening to what I'm telling them. It's like it's bad, she says, and I'm sad. The Free Britney movement will begin to take place after the abrupt cancellation of some shows in Vegas in 2019. Andrew Wallet, who had been a co-conservator of her estate for over a decade, quit abruptly. Previously, he was trying to get a raise, which caused suspicion. Britney would later disappear from Instagram for a while, and it was revealed that she was in rehab. However, it was alleged by an unknown paralegal that Britney was being held in rehab against her will, and it only lit flame to the Free Britney movement, having protesters, fans, and general listeners stand behind Britney and her fight for freedom. Last year, she asked the court to put a bank in charge of her estate and remove her father. In the court filing, her lawyer on her behalf pretty much acknowledged the Free Britney movement and gave it validity to the point that we know Britney is serious about fighting for her freedom. At this point in her life, when she is trying to regain some measure of personal autonomy, Britney welcomes and appreciates the informed support of her many fans. Although the sealing motion is supposedly for her protection, Britney is vehemently opposed to this effort by her father to keep her legal struggle hidden away in the closet as a family secret. In this case, it is not an exaggeration to say the whole world is watching. In November, a court disappointingly ruled that Jamie Spears would not be removed, despite Spears' lawyer's argument that she is afraid of her father and also refuses to work and will not perform again if he controls her career. The court did allow Spears to add a new co-conservator alongside her father, which was a small victory, but not enough. What is left now after all of this information has been placed on a platform for millions of people to see in a great documentary is an army of fans and supporters who follow the court dates, support Britney, not only the artist Britney, but Britney the person by being present through all of this and making sure she doesn't go unheard. The documentary at its core just really shows a star that is being consumed by the media, and a person who is being consumed by the people around her. I definitely recommend watching The Framing of Britney Spears. Britney herself welcomes the support of her fans throughout this time, and she certainly deserves it. Free Britney.